Greetings, pen pals, and here we are yet again. We have PenBBS's Chinese New Year Pen of the Year for 2022. This is the model 546. It is a limited edition of 999 pens, and this is for the year of the tiger. This was a particularly key one for me to get. It took me a while to finally get a hold of one of these, but I was born in the year of the tiger, so I really wanted to get one of these pens for the year of the tiger. It's a pretty nice pen. Let's go through it right now. So starting with the size of the pen, it's pretty much a longish pen here, as you can see, compared to a Pilot Metropolitan and a Lamy Safari. It definitely, has got some size over these guys. So it's definitely all a pen that's on the longer side. Not a particularly heavy pen, mostly all plastic acrylic, a little bit of metal, weighs in at 23 grams. Couple of things about this pen feature-wise. It's got the normal PenBBS sword style clip. It's got all in gold trim. It's got a pretty cool, very substantial cap band. It says PenBBS 546 and then 2022, and then it says the limited edition number engraved right on the cap band, which I really like. Little tiny font, hard to read. In my case, I have number 424 out of 999 pens. It is a screw to uncap pen. Takes one full turn to uncap. And unfortunately, this pen doesn't really post. I mean, you can kind of stick the cap on the end, but it doesn't stay on. So I would say this is a non-posting pen. It is quite long though, but if you're a diehard poster like me, not too crazy about the fact that it doesn't post. It does have some nice complementary things there. It's got some cool, crazy curved stuff going on the end, on the distal end of the pen. Got a really nice kind of curved shape to the cap, very much reminiscent of a Pilot Bamboo. Again, the end of the cap has got some cool kind of pointy thing with the red color, which matches the color of the cylinder that surrounds the piston filler, which is pretty neat. And it complements the section actually quite well. So all the sort of curves and colors are all kind of in the right place. The trim rings, understated and very nice. This section does not come off. It looks like it would unscrew. It does not, so keep that in mind. Of course, it's a PenBBS pen, so you could of course just unscrew the nib unit as you could with any PenBBS pen. Speaking of the nib, we have a really nice number 6 size nib with a picture of a tiger on it, some Chinese characters, and the year 2022, and of course an uninspiring plastic feed. Quite nice. This is a piston filler, so this end here is an actual piston turning knob, and you can see it moving the piston in and out very nicely. Now, in terms of disassembly, it's got some flat sides there underneath. Would be nice if a TWSBI wrench fit there, but it does not, so you have to resort to things like needle nose pliers, but this comes off in fairly short order for disassembly, and it's pretty straightforward when it's a PenBBS, for a PenBBS pen. On the outside of this sheath, which is actually kind of hard to see, but embossed on there, it says since 2005 PenBBS Shanghai, China, which is actually pretty nice. And then you have just sort of a normal piston mechanism there. So we're actually going to put a tiny bit of silicone grease on some of these parts while we're at it. So we're going to grease the piston and grease those threads while we're at it. So again, we're just going to put a very small amount of silicone grease on those parts. So we'll put some on the piston itself, and then we'll put some on the threads that seal off the whole filling mechanism. And then that can just go right back in, and then we can close that back up. Just finger tight should suffice here, and that will be fine. And there we go. And so now we have a nice piston mechanism going in and out. So that's how you do the disassembly of the filling mechanism on this. Pretty straightforward as well. And that is the parts and features of this pen. So I kind of like the overall way it looks. Like I said, I like the lines on this. It looks pretty cool. The nib is nice. It's got the little tiger on it. I would have liked something that was just more evocative of of year of the tiger, like of a tiger, etc. Maybe, you know, tigers have stripes, maybe something in a tiger stripe pattern would have been cool, etc. But I'm not going to quibble. It's a cool pen from PenBBS. Nice to see. It's a slightly different filling mechanism than all the vac fillers that we've seen from PenBBS lately. They've been, you know, and they didn't go back to that magnetic filling mechanism, which, as everybody knows, is not great, you know, by any means. So that is that. But of course, you want to see this pen write. But before it writes, we're going to fill it. And since this has got some red trim going on, I thought I'd use Diamond Red Dragon to fill it with. So let's see how this piston filling mechanism works. We're going to uncap the pen. We're going to turn our piston down. We'll immerse it, and then we'll draw up some ink and see how that works. And that seems to be drawing up quite nicely. We got a pretty good fill there. Let's just try it again. Go all the way down, and we'll slowly go all the way up. And we pretty much got a nice complete fill there right out of the gate, which is always good to see. So that would be how this pen fills, and you want to see it right, and I'm going to show you that right now. Okay, folks, what we're writing with here is the PenBBS number 546, and this is the year of the tiger limited edition. So this happens to be number, as we said, 424 out of 999. And this pen works well. It's got some good flow. I'd say from a wetness perspective, it's probably just about average. And of course, it's fairly smooth. You know, typical writer from PenBBS. Nothing particularly earth-shattering going on there at all. Nothing surprising. My biggest gripe, like I said, is that it doesn't really post. I don't think. I mean, like I said, you could kind of stick the camo on if you really wanted to. I understand it's a long pen, but I really like pens that post, and I don't think it would have really been changed. You wouldn't really have to change the design of this really much at all just to make it post. So it's a little bit disappointing to me that this pen doesn't post, but that's probably my only real disappointment. It's nice looking, etc. And again, just from a year of the tiger perspective, I would have really liked to see something but like tiger stripes. I think that would have been really, really cool. So that's just the other little piece of disappointment I have, but that's just my personal taste. I would think maybe a lot of people wouldn't want a pen with tiger stripes, so maybe they're thinking about the marketability of this, etc. So anyway, that's what I would have liked. Another thing I would really like is if all you folks could please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I would really appreciate all of those things. But I think that'll just about do it for this video. As always, I hope you enjoyed watching it, because I sure enjoyed making it. And until we see each other again, have a great day. Bye-bye.